has started. We got ourselves nice and tailored perfectly just for you. It was actually the makeup for me that took so long. They were in here for hours trying to make me look presentable for that 10-second moment.
It looks beautiful, though, and that's what really matters. That's
true.
The real
I think that's
thing.
what they came to see. That would be my assumption here. So, fantastic here. King Gaming, LGD. And I haven't got to see either of these teams yet so far today. We've been checking out the various games across the board. So I'm looking forward to see how Old Chicken here the boys are going to do.
You're right. We were watching the majority of the earlier Group A match, the one that was on the mainstream, which was, of course, the Secret versus Alliance game. But I did happen to sneak away for a second, and I caught a glimpse of the LGD game. And, oh, my God, spoiler alert to anybody out there that's watching through the VODs later on, they completely crushed Chaos. It was a 2-0. It looked really, really rough, but great for LGD. And I sort of have this feeling that what we're going to be seeing is a lot of early push, and Leshrac maybe one of those heroes to make that work.
Yeah, in terms of the picks and the bans so far today, this looks pretty accurate. There were some concerns for the Secret versus Alliance because Chen didn't get banned, which was kind of shocking. But aside from that, the Mirana, everyone's been whispering about her for a while. We've seen plenty of Position 4 players spamming her quite a bit, and my boy Febby, he gave me the lowdown because I said, Febby, you got to help me out here.
Tell me about it.
If there's one thing I hate in my games, it's when someone picks support Mirana. Is there any more useless of a support over the past 2 years than that guy who wants to play Corb and then he takes the Mirana, he misses all his arrows? And Febby said, but Trent, don't you remember that there's a limit on sentries now? And I said, oh, that's pretty smart.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so with the limit on sentries, it like mega buffed the Moonlight Shadow. Plus, she's got some other nice stuff in her toolkit. Yeah, that's part of the reason why the Mirana is so good. And now teams are starting to recognize that and just banning her out in the first phase. And we got your boy, the SM Mork, over there too.
Oh, I can dig it. The Ogre Magi running around, punching people in the face in the laning stage, generally making their life hell, and then later on scaling with the Midas and such. The other thing that's kind of interesting about that, it's like the totally type of thing that you don't get an idea of from pub matches when you play it, because I've never seen the sentries run out of stock ever. That's not something that exists in my games of Dota 2.
Yeah.
But holy moly, we got the Kunkka immediately into the OD from Keen. This was seen as one of the biggest counters to this hero. But the other thing that we should talk about a little bit is that Kunkka's been kind of trailing off to that 3 position. Moving up in the numbers, but down in the farm priority.
Yeah, he's off course, perhaps, or maybe he's just found the Northwest Passage. I guess if you're the Radiant team, I suppose.
5 seconds.
That's the Radiant off lane. Yeah, that was pretty good actually. I'm very pleased with that. I'm not gonna lie. But this is the first Lion I've actually seen today, and I thought that Lion and Shadow Shaman seemed to me to be very popping off right now, because I tend to think of like who are like these big positioned ones right now, like Jugs, the Lifestealers, the Slarks. It's just like all these heroes that are spell reliant on their survivability, and so they basically have like their free like Purge or BKB. So Hex just seems like so good.
Oh, totally.
I just want Hex all the time, And Shadow Shaman Line giving you that is very good. But I like Finger Soul Catcher in this duo. Right?
That's what I was going to talk about, was that you've got like 2 strength heroes here. Obviously, it was only one when they picked it with the Elder Titan. But it wasn't anything with the Elder Titan because it was the first pick overall.
But there's strength heroes
coming. You know that there's strength heroes coming. Like, that's just, it feels like to me, at least in the game, whoever side is winning, at least one of their heroes is going to have 5,000 HP. That's just what Dota feels like in these matches sometimes. Whether it's a Kunkka, whether it's a Pudge, whether it's even sometimes ET. We saw that Ogre in the other game. No strength items. 3,500 HP. Like, what the heck is happening?
He's the guy. So the question of will he be banned first phase has been answered indeed. Because we were wondering. He's been showing up a lot today.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have probably been watching high tier pubs where the Ogre's been all over the place, and people have experimented with various builds ranging from like Aura based to more of like Dagon based. But the Aura one seems pretty strong with the Midas, so not sure how much more him we're going to see. For now, LGD, they found themselves a little bit of flexibility to kind of point out like Kunkka as well as the Leshrac. Like both of them, we got Kunkka could be mid or off lane, you got Leshrac could be mid or safe lane, so they get to witness the full breadth of the draft here from King Gaming before they have to make their decision.
And are we going to see, is there anything besides Pugna that super hard counters that OD? That's the main one that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
It actually sounds kind of good this game for LGD. Can you fit into this lineup? You would have to run like a Lesh safe lane, which I don't necessarily hate.
Yeah, I think Pugna, one thing that the hero really hates is good catch with long reach, and they don't necessarily have that. The blink on the axe could perhaps create some issues, but aside from that, Shadow Demon and Lion, relatively short initiation ranges before you get the blink on the Lion, which
Yeah,
tends to come a little bit later these days. Although it is a 4 in this case, and not going to be like some 5 Lion.
that's right. And I guess the other thing that's nice about Lion, at least if you can find that jump onto Pugna, somehow if you manage to
Hmm.
find him, you can blow him up. There's, not a whole lot of HP on that hero, and Lion just points his little finger at him and makes him go away. But might also explode himself if the Nether Ward's down.
I like this axe pick though because it's another hero that
Games
synergizes pretty
turn
well
to
with the Shadow
ban.
Demon. You can create the axe illusions; they're pretty annoying with the
Ooh.
spin, as well as just having like more setups, right? Like easy execution for the axe. You have the Culling Blade versus the Kunkka, so you can try and cull people down who are just like, you feel those fights versus
Yeah,
the Rum, right? People are just escaping from you. They're taking no damage. Very frustrating, and you just give them the smack. You're like, get out of here.
that's fair.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get them down to that point where they're below it, but
Yeah.
it's like
5
every point of
seconds
HP is worth
remaining.
that much more, and
Yeah.
if you can just sort of break through all the mess and dunk them, it's the way to go.
If I'm LGD and I see that, I also think like, okay, they targeted our support through here.
Gaming's
Like, are they
turn to
basically
pick.
just trying to creep cut us and just say that we know that you can't contest an axe and a Shadow Demon or an axe and a Lion?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good point. If you did end up wanting to do that thing I was talking about and pick a mid hero against the OD, you would kind of have to do like either Kunkka
Hmm.
against the axe or Lesh with an ET to kind of keep him alive, which doesn't really sound that good either.
This kind of looks like a
10
Jug. I don't
seconds
know. I see
remaining.
Kunkka. I think Jug looks initially pretty good. You have the very
5
telegraphed
seconds
stun of both
remaining.
the ET and the Leshrac. So like, there's a lot of good, and obviously Kunkka too. So you have like 3 heroes who
Right.
spin is really good worth versus. The only downside I see to Jug is that maybe they want something that like carries a little bit harder. But I mean, his kill threat with both Shadow Demon and Lion, it doesn't split push the fastest out of the heroes, but there's no BKB piercer, right? If
Hmm.
he wants to just like rat on the side lanes, I think that is like a super safe pick here.
You could also do like a safe lane Ember or something like that, which is the same type of survivability at
Mhm.
least in the lane stage. Might be a little bit more difficult after or rather in the laning stage, survivable after the laning stage. That's what I'm saying there. But yeah, that type of hero, the life stealer already being banned out.
Yeah.
The one thing that's maybe a little bit funky about it is that once that spin wears off, you can burst him real easy with this lineup. Not the tankiest of heroes, the Juggernaut.
Yeah, it doesn't. It likes to rely on that base armor or agi items, and versus an ET that can sometimes lead you into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Hey man, I like it. We're watching Dota.
Ah,
I,
it's
it's
good,
like
isn't it? It feels good.
this is our first cast from this TI, and I gotta say, I am just. I've been giddy watching all of those players, and like you were
Yeah,
talking about at the start, it's so much more interesting watching it with the coaches there. Like,
dude.
it got hype.
It
It
got
got really hype.
Yeah, that Allied Secret game. There were some serious coach pop-offs there from both sides.
Yeah.
But of course, only one could be victorious.
But the coming down to last pick here for King Gaming.
PSG.LGD.
Put the hopes
Faceless
into the
Void.
void.
Dude, when I think Keen Gaming, maybe it's just the purple K, but I always think Faceless Void. This like but for so long this hero has been left out. They used to pick it a ton. It used to be like by far it was like they had like 6. I remember I looked at the stats when it was like 67 void picks and their next highest hero was like 25 or something. Back
That's
when this was
amazing.
like a year and a half ago or something. And they
10
just played
seconds remaining.
so much void. There's all the time. But Void is being spammed in
Phantom
pubs like
Assassin.
crazy.
Select your
Yeah.
He's like
heroes.
one of the biggest ones being picked right now.
Well, and you look at also this PA last pick coming in for Ame. The thing I want to mention though, the colors. You got purple on the outsides, you got red on the middle there, and then a nice little teal boy in the middle, the OD sandwich. That's what this
Mm.
draft is called. The OD purple
Perfect.
sandwich.
Thank you. I was almost worried that you were going to come up with something good there for a second. That was terrifying. This is a Phantom Assassin without a Magnus. Is this okay? Is this allowed? I didn't think this was.
Sorry, yeah.
I think that's Toby.
Yeah, that was Toby. We're hearing a very loud Toby in the background.
I was like, my
Um,
goodness.
He's in the next
Classic
Castro.
Tober.
Go
I
check
think
out.
I saw there was one draft with an Enigma and a Tidehunter, so I'm just going to
Oh,
assume
God,
that
that's
that's
what
what
it
he's.
is.
That's got to be Toby.
Oh no.
He's lost it. I mean, the loudest I've ever heard him was this morning when Secret had the techies banned
Oh,
by
yeah.
Alliance. He was so mad.
It was moaning. He wasn't feeling it. It was not a good time. But yeah. He's still screaming, but we do.
No,
have
I think it's perfect. I'm just gonna let him handle this draft. He's doing a great job so far.
the only thing
you know?
is, I don't know if the viewers can hear it in the ears.
I can't
That's
tell
the
if it's
one
coming
thing.
through the mics or if it's coming. It's like so loud.
He's just so loud.
Well, hopefully you guys have, of course, at least 4 streams going. Maybe a 5th. Maybe you got, one of your favorite Dota streamers going on at the same time. Why not?
Who would
It's
be
all
streaming during
Dota,
this
baby.
time? So we didn't get a chance to talk at all about this PA. This hero, to me, has felt kind of dead outside of the pub scene. I feel like it was like sort of trending up a little bit before TI, and then it fell off a cliff. What's your read on PA right now?
Very unusual to see without Magnus.
Okay.
That's one thing. One thing she has innate survivability inside of the chrono, which is pretty cool. And it's basically like if you think of OD, you always think evasion because OD never wants to buy
Prepare for
MKB.
battle.
It's like such a terrible item for the hero. So it's I would assume that is another reason why they just they saw Void, they saw OD, and they thought, what's really good here, guys? The PA. And you're like, yeah, okay, I can make this work.
I like it. It also gives them some of that damage that they were kind of lacking, that late game carry. I mean, anything can kind of fill that role, but there wasn't really anything else that they needed besides just straight up damage. They've got really good control, maybe something that would have been like BKB piercing, but I don't even know what that is. I mean, I guess that's PA again. You've got Blink Strike, which can, blink onto somebody up close. But yeah, interesting Phantom Strike, excuse me. So we'll see how this goes. Somnus going to be playing on that Leshrac mid against an OD. OD versus Lesh feels like it's somewhat of a farm fest unless there's a rotation that comes in.
Yeah, and always like having abilities to retreat to the jungle and farm that up for both heroes. So you tend to start looking towards the supports. OD is one of the more classic position 2s that you think like, okay, rotation possibilities, right? Like who can just follow up on an Astral? Who threatens me through Astral? And they have quite a bit. I mean, Astral into Disruption can easily set up for a 3rd hero. You have Astral into the Earth Spike too. Maybe even Astral with like Axe walking down the ramp and calling you. There's plenty of options here.
Yeah, that's a nice ways to do it. And I mean, those sort of take you out of the map type of abilities. It's like that extra little bit of save and, whatever. And when the team fights start to get really crazy, which can tend to happen with Kunkka. It's one of the best things to make a move to try and catch the second wave. Looks like Lion is going to be soaking the experience on the first one here. Kaka trying to block out, get the range creep up front and center.
Yeah, this is an interesting hero, right? The ET when it comes to this, because like you can only spare just you're not getting all the big bonuses, so it's not the good old 1v1 the ET likes to win, but obviously still doing quite fine. He's able to outrange the ET completely. Very frustrating. Good choice by 11 there to do that one.
He has that second salve afterwards. Can really here while still getting the creeps taken down fairly low. Does have the other camp coming in now, and that range creep is within deny range. So we'll see if X-Nova is able to get that one away. Looks like instead, at least for the moment, there'll be a rotation coming in from the Rubik. They're going to get this kill on that old 11. Looking for a first blood. X-Nova, does he get spun on? No. They're just going to take the kill. FY picks it up.
Really nice play there. Down bottom, the wave is also pushing in too, so this is fine. Absolutely everything down there. Good rotation from the Rubik. They get the kill, and they even didn't have to block the camps, right? That was one concern I thought. Is that if the Axe ends up winning that fight, right, then you sometimes have to block these camps so he's not getting quite as much farm inside that dire jungle.
Yeah. Now being able to deny that away, it looks like they're going to try and go for a pull-off here to the side. So a good start at least. Axe did get level 2 off of that. Hasn't decided to take another point in anything as of yet. But in the meantime, Kaka just going to try and contest Omni. It's a bit farm there. Steals away the last down the logic tree.
Dire's top tower.
This feels like it's the action lane right now.
Definitely. Yeah. We're winding up with a 3v2, so should be expected, I suppose.
I do kind of wonder how this is going to work out for the Kunkka. He's left completely alone. But it seems like so far, Dallas getting this ability to experience catching the farm.
Well, as expected mid lane. Not too exciting. 14-1, 11-1. So we're not going to worry too much about this one. The rotation threat, you can just see so many of the heroes, right? This like 3v2 or trying to contest someone like this Kunkka right now. There's no mystery as to where the supports are rotating to.
chicken. Ooh, dark. That was nice.
Perfectly executed. And oh, is he gonna get a double stack? Oh, he got one. All right, almost the double. Very close. That would have been sick. One of the more underrated parts of Shadow Demon. Get the double or triple stacks at once.
You literally just took the words out of my mouth. That's every time I see this hero, I just want to see the double triple stack.
Yeah.
And it never happens. They tried for it there.
I remember some guy posted a thing where he did 5 camps at once with Noggle, and I was like, wow. I mean, I wonder how long that guy practiced that.
Yeah. But once you practice it, it becomes easy to get like hilarious too, right? And it can make a huge difference. Like the amount of gold you get on these supports now, isn't it up to like 30 or something %? Like,
oh, it feels
a lot
great.
of gold.
Stacking agents is crazy. If
Yeah.
you have a core that can farm those things, that's like easy wards. That basically makes up for not having a GPM talent.
Let's not get crazy here.
Oh, okay. That's
Radiant's bottom tower
hard
is
to
under
beat those.
attack.
Sure. 11. Gets pulled back in. Just a little bit fanciful here onto the axe. He's a very tanky person, but it looks like they are just going to back out now. And he can head off to the jungle if he wants afterwards. D rune up top. Kaka going to steal this one away from Somnus. Just to get the...
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
Gives him the no chill.
I think 11's right? Like he's drawing all the attention up there, and he's only died that one time. I thought he was going to die a second time earlier for sure, and then even that one looked a little bit scary. But Xnova not able to help secure anything there with the stomps quite yet. Gonna get some smokes, couple wards out here.
That's
That explains it. Why the axe was living, right?
yeah. That would do it. It's one of those things too where you suddenly get, you know, 1 stack, 2 stack, you feel like you're okay, and then the Shadow Demon ends up, you know, imprisoning you, and you're suddenly up to 4 or 5, and it's a pretty quick kill.
Rune's looking very good right now for LGD, but Chalice.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they're not exactly sure.
Yeah, that's all. Steals there. Oh, that's quite ooh, the axe though. Put in his
Is he just gonna sit here and wait with the stomp? 11 can't TP away.
He's got some issues.
Uh-oh. 11. Is he literally just gonna sit here? Xnova doesn't have that much else that he needs to do. Just gonna put him to sleep and then hopefully afterwards.
Yeah, he had to play the game. He's like, all right, I have to just hope that he is doing it right now. Because
Yeah.
if he caught him right there, that would have been so brutal.
Yeah. Because, I mean, how do you get him down from that point? Like,
You wait.
until TP's off cooldown, right? Somnus gets banished now to pull back in. They have the Soul Catcher as well. A lot of damage out onto the side. Do they have enough to come through? And yes, indeed, they will get the kill. Kaka picks it up. And the stomp, not in time to save the life of their Lesh.
11. I saw far too many players die to neutrals in the TI quals. It was mostly Embers, so I'm going to be honest. Trying to flame guard their way through. And 11 gets a little risky low there, but he does survive. Oh, bottom. Chalice again.
Quick pick.
And when he comes back, Chrono's going to be back too. Oh, they've already got the range creep. Maybe not quite. He's very, very close. Yeah, this next wave will do it. So the danger zone will be down here. And how do you, I mean, you basically just have to go. You essentially have to go down there and give that free kill. Like, you still need that XP. You play the tower as much as you can.
Well, and he's still gotten good levels off of this for Chalice. He's actually going to walk down, it looks like. And we'll be able to...
Good level.
I mean, level 4 at this point on a Kunkka offlane, it's not terrible, right? Or do you think it's terrible? Okay.
Well, I don't know if I'd say good.
Okay. This is the other nice thing you can do is, you know, play it out a little bit, trying to throw some X shenanigans, get a hit in, some extra
I mean,
harass.
that's rough. When you're Xing from a tier 1.
Yeah, no, it's true. It ain't great. But Old Chicken controlling this lane quite depthly and can go for all of the denies in the world. If there is another rotation coming in from the Shadow Demon at a certain point, would just be another dead Chalice. But he gets level 5 off of that, just staying within XP range. In the meantime, Level 7 for Somnus. They're going to get the D ward here. And as far as the way that you want to play this out and having that first Chronosphere, like, do you want to use it on that Kunkka? Does Old Chicken want to leave this lane and try and maybe make a gank onto Somnus?
You're fine to just take, you'll take whatever.
Yeah.
The main goal is just constantly getting farm off of the lane right now, because Void, not the best farmer.
Yeah.
Until you get into that first item, be it Midas, or in this case, he's looking towards a Maelstrom.
Ooh. Old 11 gets caught by the rotation coming from the Lesh. Somnus able to pick up that kill. So, a nice rotation, much needed. As you said, Old 11 was becoming more and more of a problem. Still up to level 6 now on that axe.
Not the snowballing axe, right? The guy's going for a bracer first, can't go for the Vanguard or something, so not this big threatening hero that you like to have when you got the big red guy.
Everybody nowadays just going for those phase boots on the offlaners.
Phase boots every hero, you know?
Yeah.
It's, once the Slark started picking it up, I was like, all right, this is getting a little out of control. I definitely appreciate the treads on the Void, though, right?
Yeah.
Just super value item on the hero. You will love the attack speed. You don't necessarily need the phase boots. You like the mana management with your time walk, too.
Oh, and right now he's sitting top of the net worth, so all of these little stat items make him that much more valuable in the fights, and getting over to the quick Maelstrom will be super helpful for finding any of those kills, or even just like you said, staying off to the lane, rotating to the jungle, getting some farm on.
They're trying to create a fight opportunity at the bottom with the Chrono here. So they're bringing both supports. They want both of these bounty runes, and they want to say that if anyone's here, we just like guarantee kill. So Chicken's just going in, looking to force some rotations. They even have this aggressive ward here, so spotting both the Kunkka and the Rubik here.
Yeah. You know, he's in the area. If they decide to make that rotation onto a shrine, it's very risky. And
Wow.
It looks like with X Nova, they're going to back out.
I can't believe they went back. I thought they were down to contest. Stomp is very frustrating versus the Faceless Void. That is one thing. In fact, it used to be considered one of the counters. Just like Naga, right, where the Chrono happens, and you just try and get the Stomp off inside. It can completely ruin your ulti, so that is one thing he's going to have to worry about. Not as bad as it used to be, though, because you don't have the disarm anymore, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was the real class back in the day. And I will say right there, the Rubik Fade Bolt just caused the Void to miss 3 CS and 2 denies in a row. It's like one of those really annoying little things that comes about.
Yeah, it's like Bassy toggling or something.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, come on.
Leave me alone, guys.
No, I'm just trying to get some farm. Can we truce?
You get your farm, I get my XP. Let's make it happen. But yeah, the game so far still relatively quiet in these early stages. Both teams content just getting their farm on.
This neck and neck at the top, Void, PA, just the carry life, man. These guys could not be happier.
This PA has a Battle Fury queued up. Like, when was the last time we saw a PA Battle Fury that won?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, if you don't have Mag, you don't pick this hero. So
yeah.
If you have Mag, you don't buy Battle Fury. So it's just kind of like... it is indeed strange, but I definitely agree with the concept of the evasion value in a match like this.
Dude, look at the wraparound. They find Kaka there off to the side, going to be able to find that stomp and just chase through to bring down that Lion.
Yeah, it was mirrored rotations too at the same time, right? Because they smoked up top, they brought the Chrono, the Shadow Demon, and just one team successful, one not, and well read there from LGD.
Really well played by that Lion as well, not casting anything and allowing it to be stolen by the Rubik. So just gave up mana drain level 1. Probably one of the least value spells to give away in this game.
Yeah, certainly in this one.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah. Are there any that are really like the clutch saves that you would, or clutch spells that you would want to steal for the Rubik in this game?
Astral and Disruption are the two big ones I see because I want to counter the Chrono and the Berserker's Call.
They found themselves an Old 11, gonna chase him down with the stun. They move in with Old Chicken, gets brought down super low and has to time walk away, but it does save Old 11 for the moment. Now looking for that stomp. Dog tries to dodge away from it, but it's not gonna happen. And now stealing Disruption, that's the pickup for the Rubik. A big win there as LGD win the fight with Chrono used.
Yeah, and I think he's picking Smoke, like Shrine Smoke, just instantly, right? Chrono's down. We want to go aggressive. I have Disruption. You have Split Earth. Let's go kill someone. Nice find on the ward, though. So now that kind of, you're like, we got to clear some waves. I don't know if I want to smoke now.
Did he just kill Kaka, too? Chalice making the plays here, hitting level 8 at this point. And with this rotation coming from Old Chicken, unless he gets like a billion bashes, I don't think he's taking this guy down.
Yeah, he's got 2 on the dilation there, two spells going, so not enough.
Very well played, and meanwhile the rotation comes mid. Last couple of minutes been looking good for LGD, although they did have the disruption, and now turning around to find Old 11, trying to kill him off in time, but the disruption saved coming from Dark. Somnus trying to back away, see if he can get the kill as the rotation comes yet again. Shadow Poison stolen. They throw out that stomp, not gonna land, but they almost take down 11 again. He is playing with fire.
He's insane.
I can't believe he's still What?
He ran into that fight with, I don't even know, like 30% HP?
And the FY with the YOLO calls him out for it.
They only did 340 damage to that axe.
Hey, you know, when it works, it works.
Yeah, stolen Shadow Poison for the win there.
That was amazing. Well,
save the tower, I suppose, for now at least.
And that's something that I think we have been seeing more and more of from teams, is just throwing bodies to keep those towers alive. That shows how much they're valuing this tower, that they're willing to, you know, just throw the axe at basically no life for it.
And now they have 25 seconds till chrono.
Yeah.
So if you try and approach that tower again, then it's a much scarier attempt. But top.
Oh, miss on the stomp, and that might be enough to keep Kaka alive. Do they want to face this?
That's crazy. That a lion lives there with those 2 heroes coming in?
Yeah. I guess just the rotation of Old Chicken, they know that there could be a kill coming.
That's so ridiculously good though for Kaka, because like it's so hard to find this space when you're playing a lion like this, right? Like he's just trying to find any sort of okay, there is a one wave coming into this tower, my cores aren't nearby, I might get a Blink Dagger this game. And if you die during all those, you're like missing time, you get the death costs. Trying to make another rotation down bottom. They spot the wards. So now they're aware that LGD knows there's 3 of them. I don't know if they can make this catch with the Yules. Seems pretty darn hard.
The battle instead for the Bounty Rune. The Torn is going to connect now onto Kaka. Earth Spike stolen from it by the Rubik. Turns it back around now onto Kaka, looking for the catch, looking for the kill, and they get it. FY picks it up.
Good disruption there to try and save from Dark, but too much follow-up still from LGD.
FY Rubik. You know, in all of the love that guy got last year, a lot of it was talking much more about his Earthshaker, and well, proving that this is still a potent hero for him. They find themselves another kill onto Old 11, and LGD really turning it up.
You're the happier position one player in these games, right? It says, all right, my team's winning. Hey, way to go, team. You're just clapping. You're like, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, doing great. I'll be there once I get my Battle Fury and I farm a couple items.
Well, here it comes. Already eyeing up that Deso next.
16 minutes.
Not too shabby, right? Phase. Get yourself a Wraith Band, too. Got a Wand.
I mean, the biggest thing is, like, I also don't feel like Keen are going to be able to bring that much pressure onto Ame for the next few minutes. So it's like that early Battle Fury combined with not needing to be in the fights. And you look at these next couple of items that are coming out. For Chalice in particular, Heaven's Halberd is like the item against OD. It's so good. In
combination with a PA, it's going to be very hard for Yi to do any damage.
Yeah.
But FY already has the Aether Lens and now has a Blink Dagger done too. So his range of initiation is absolutely absurd.
They do a call there onto the illusion.
Got him.
He has a Blink Dagger?
Yeah.
What?
I saw him buy it. Yeah, it's there. It's on that courier. She coming.
How is he so farmed? Dude, this guy's
He's
crazy.
got 3 kills, 0 deaths. Helps.
3 assists too. Top lane. Find themselves Old Chicken. Farm going down. And this is kind of what we've been seeing from LG. Now they make this rotation afterwards, but they don't have the chrono, but they are going to get the call now onto Kunkka, bringing him down low. Is going to be able to get the kill with the dunk, but the turnaround comes. And now in a little bit of trouble. Ame very far forward. They're going to try and chase him with Yi, but they do manage to take down one. Ame now in some trouble. Has another Phantom Strike and a couple, but they try and take him down with the taunt. Needs to jump away. Phantom Strike's out of there. Safe for the moment. Nice. Dark in some trouble as well, as they are going to try and bring down Ame. 4 dead, but Ame will not be deterred. He just walks away as Dark is getting his own Shadow Poison thrown back against him. LGD make it happen.
He needed so much more on that Sanity's Eclipse, but he knew he had to throw it down. And it wasn't enough at this point in the game, right? It's he saw the rest of LGD coming through. He's like, I'm gonna get stunned up. I'm not gonna be able to get this off right now. I have to pop it, and clearly the damage issues from that one going in favor of LGD, and no Chrono there to back him up from
And
Chicken.
that's one of those moments too where you talked about those items that the PA has, like the Wraith Band, the Magic Wand. If he doesn't have those, I think that Ame dies right there.
Yeah, true.
And then that fight looks so different, and Keen suddenly are walking away looking good. But as it stands, 5,000 gold in the hole, 18 minutes in, and they need to get their feet back under them.
I mean, just look at FY and how far he can telekinesis people, and that's at max level. And now he's going to start putting his points in the Arcane Supremacy. And then you look at your Blink Dagger, jacked up by the Aether Lens as well.
Yeah, that range is enormous.
Like, how do you operate in a team fight before your BKB is OD? It's extremely difficult. You always feel threatened here. And you know if you get grabbed, you're just getting stomped right after.
Yeah. Well, and all of that damage amplification that comes out as well. It does feel like the other thing is, I don't think we've seen more than one hero get chronoed so far in this game.
Well, there was a 2-hero chrono that he ran away from.
That's true. I forgot about that one.
There you go.
That's a good point. But that's the thing, right, is that this is a hero that you need to be making these team fights work, and it's just not working for Keen right now. Some of that is probably a vision component as well. You look at these wards that they've got down, you know, spotting all of those rotations that came out. Sure, Keen did just get a D ward, but LGD were able to see them make that 4-person rotation first, and now they're farming on the other side of the map, taking this tier 2.
Yeah, there's another sort of scary and frustrating element, I would say, for Keen is that you have 2 very big cooldowns in the Chrono and the Sandy's Eclipse, and LGD have nothing. I mean, their big cooldowns like boat.
Yeah.
They don't care about anything else. So if you ever, like, let's say you pop this Chrono and Sandy's in a team fight, if you lose that fight, you're losing a tower.
Yeah.
Or Roche or something. They're just going to walk wherever they want as LGD and say, there's no way you can contest us right now. So they're trying to get this big recovery with this blink on the axe and see if they can find that kill onto Ame, but very difficult without Blade Mail.
The lift up, the X, the pullback torrent, and Keen know they can't take this fight. Are they going to find any way to save old 11? He is going to be pulled back in again. Disruption, keeping him alive, but they're just going to land it out afterwards. Nice blink away afterwards, as that was in between the X wearing off and the disruption wearing off as well. But Ame, eyes on the prize, spots old 11, uses the purge, and with that, LGD just take the tower, walk away, moving across the map and taking whatever they want.
All right, but they got what they needed here from Keen, right? Finish the BKB, onto the OD. Now they at least have everything they need to engage. Sure, they'd love to have the purge too, but you just say, okay, guys, back me up. Just play around me right now, and see if we can find something. I think Old Chicken's done a very good job of keeping up right now. Like,
Yeah.
this is a PA with a Battle Fury, and he's finding these lanes where there's no pressure here from LGD. And only had the 1 death so far this game.
The other thing that's about to be completed is the Kaka Blink Dagger. He's just finishing off this last round of camps here.
Does Chicken have
There's
his BKB too? Okay.
Yeah, there's a
right.
big timing that's
Yeah,
coming out.
All right, okay.
Blade Mail's still a ways away from Axe. I think you got to make the move before that happens. This
Yeah.
is also the same time as the Halberd, though.
That is frustrating, though. So he's got to be quick with that BKB.
Yeah.
And it might have just got pinged there, because Yi just pinged Chalice.
That's always going to happen. The Astral with the X boat comes out, but should be good to go in another minute. That does give the
I think he
Stolbow.
got the equilibrium off.
Yeah.
That was nice. Because he saw the Rubik coming in with the ward they have.
Speaking of Rubik, you talked already about the Blink Aether Lens, but now also halfway towards the Aghanim Scepter on this hero.
Well, they're coming in, though. They popped the smoke. They want Kaka very close for that Blink Hex.
Look for the opening. He only has the 1 point in Hex, but still enough to follow up afterwards with the other disables. The thing is, if they don't find this, and yeah, the scan comes immediately, they know.
Got him.
You can see LGD, they're just so well positioned across the map. Like, they're spread out, they're farming, they're not really in that much danger. The worst that's going to happen here, unless a fight happens, is they're going to lose their tier 1 tower mid, which I think is an acceptable loss at this point.
No losses are acceptable here. They got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, they see the X. Does he want to chrono it? They're trying to bait with the double Void Illusion.
he's being
It
pulled back
actually
out
worked.
afterwards, and he's just fine. And now the Rubik dropping down fairly low, but the lift comes. They're focusing all of their attention onto this Rubik, and I think LGD can just walk away and be okay with that. That's Chronosphere down.
I think Chicken might have got him there.
Yeah?
Walking the 2 illusions like that, right in towards the Rubik. Like, he has the 1 illusion from the illusion rune still up on the high ground.
Yeah.
And I think because like Rubik would not have walked that close to the real Faceless Void there.
It's true.
Yeah, he got baited a bit. It's a nice play from Old Chicken. And I think you're okay with that Chrono, right? You can't really, like, not Chrono Rubik, right?
That's fair. Yeah, I guess he is also just because he's so farmed become such a big part of.
Yeah, if he Chronos 3 of your allies and then ET starts falling up, you're like, my bad, guys. we just lost.
Yeah. I guess the thing about it was that it looked strange is because the X Kunko was going to come back outside of the Chronosphere. But yeah, good play to get the tower. If you're LGD now that Rubik's back up, do you decide to just fight at this point? Run in and try and take the engagement?
They have the Deso. Oh, they're working on the PA Aghanims. I haven't got to see this one yet. That's all the ridiculous blur stuff, right? So, oh, look at this handy little graphic they have now. Causes blur to have instant cast time. Wow. And applies a dispel. Wow. Anytime you get a hero kill, your abilities are refreshed. And what's the cooldown then? 12 with the Scepter instead of 45? That's pretty good.
Interesting.
So what would be our typical item instead? It would be like Abyssal. Yeah, it would be essentially you just build Basher and Abyssal after this.
Jeez. That's pretty cool. I like it. So basically the idea is like Blink Strike, well, Dagger, Blink Strike, then you do Blur, the whole combo again, and then you have to wait until Blur's back up again. Is that the idea?
Yeah, well, Blur's just like such a weird and annoying spell when you're trying to like gank a PA. And the fact that it even has instant with the Aghanims.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chronosphere, 7
6,
seconds away.
5.
They're all grouped together. Do they realize they got the lift up? They need to be able to get this Chronosphere off. 2 seconds away. Can they stun lock him? The save coming with the Astral. They're kind of grouped together for the moment. If they decide to jump out afterwards, the Chronosphere is available. But instead, they're just turning to fight with the BKB. Old 11 catches now onto 1, trying to bring him down. Somnus very low, but 11 is just going to drop. Old Chicken manages to bring down 1. The walk forward Chronosphere onto 4. It's doing a lot of damage, but now Old Chicken FY is there as well. Able to steal away Chronosphere. Turns it back, but it's on top of the PA BKB. Old Chicken now is just beating away into her. Now the turnaround coming a second time as Chalice trying to see if they can find that kill. Buyback coming from the Lion as he's going to be in here in a second. But LGD have already somewhat won this fight. It's only the Shadow Demon and the Lion left. And with that, LGD managed to take it. What in God's name just happened?
Was, I think 1 Chrono was even. We had 2 of each. And the next Chrono, I think there were 3 Dire Heroes in there and 2 Radiant. Yeah, pretty much that, I would say.
Yeah.
But, still, of course, a big win there for LGD. Bit of a wasted buyback as well there from Keen, and it's going to secure the Roche as well, and probably enough gold afterward there for Ame to finish out that Aghanim Scepter. And not going to lose control of that. You could see the problems here, right, when they jumped in onto Old Chicken. It's just like, oh, guys, are we going to finish the kill? Are we going to leave him? And like, and then they eventually was able to come back. There's a steal, and yeah, it was 3 and 3. Okay, it was even again. So we had 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 there in terms of the teammates inside those Chronos. And you guys are just here in Roche. Finished off there. No contest whatsoever as Ame will take the Aegis.
And as you can see, the end-up finish of that was now a 12,000 gold lead going into the favor of LGD as they find Old 11 in the woods yet again. In spite of the blade mail, there's not enough damage thrown in with that call. Just trying to stay alive that much longer. But yeah. I have to say, I love offlane Kunkka. This to me feels like it's a very cool change to this hero that we've been seeing more recently now, where you just build a couple of these, whatever item you need, whatever item your team needs.
After bracers. I mean,
bracers.
Hold on now. Don't get out of control.
That's fair.
You got to get the bracers. You got to be stylish, looking good.
That's the thing, too. 3.8 strength gain. So, a couple bracers, Heaven's Halberd, it's at 2,500 HP.
Yeah, but as you said, it's very game dependent as to what you can get, because now he's got the, I believe, the Lotus queued up here, too. Just kind of make decisions based on your opponents.
Right.
Can go for the Solar Crest he had queued up there, too. He was thinking about that.
Oh my God.
Get a Blink Dagger some games, too.
He has a Rapier queued up next. Oh, Ame. Don't do it to me, please. I don't know if my heart can handle it.
This is some, like, Nisha, ESL, Hamburg, Terrorblade, Rapier stuff here. It's like, yeah, the game's in hand. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it's by Rapier. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, what could go wrong?
He just purged off the Shadow Demon stacks.
Boom. Welcome to basic Dispel, baby.
All right, let's see it. Gotta be careful, careful, careful. Anybody shows up, they're going to get blasted here by Ame, who's just
Dude, this is so annoying.
hunting
so
away.
So you can blur into people and then blur again.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, I don't know how I feel about this.
Old 11. They break on it, and yeah, just going to have to back away afterwards. Is also an Aghanim Scepter completed on the Rubik, who still has Chronosphere, so Chrono, yeah, that's dangerous.
That is very dangerous. Not a lot of time
Oh my
left.
god, they got it! The Chronosphere comes out, it's on to absolutely everybody! FY caught 4 with it, are you kidding me? Chalice walks in, takes down 1. Now the Illusion shows up, are they going to be able to find that kill afterwards? Yes, indeedy, with the Earth Splitter, they buy back down to 1. Chalice needing to walk away, is eventually going to be brought down, steals the Sanity's Eclipse! Don't do it to him, FY! They can't handle it, and they're eventually going to kill him off. Somnus eats the dirt, no buyback. Was PA even in that fight? He didn't need to be. That was all FY.
Just hanging out. Yeah, FY's got things covered. Absolutely ridiculous range of the car. Oh, I think I'd like that again, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this looks good.
Finger of Death. They try and get it down. Stolen away the Earth Spike. Turns it back around against them. Give him another steal on Chrono. Are you kidding me? He stole it twice.
He says, wait, I need Earth Spike. Hold that Chrono. Void, can you take this for a second? Cool. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I got Chrono again.
Oh, my God. What in God's name was that? He's got
to be
it.
fair, they didn't get a structure here. So gold coming out on top here for Keen. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. They did just make a little bit of a hole.
And it turns out that PA was indeed in that fight. Did 5,000 damage
But
very
no
rapidly.
one cares.
That's true.
It's fine. Wait, she gets a rapier. She can have a respect.
Okay.
Until then, it's all FY.
He's got it queued up. That's half a respect.
A bit dangerous. You know, he's got a minute and a half left on this Aegis. I don't know if I want to be handing over the old rapier quite yet.
Oh.
Big call.
Blade Mail. The lift up afterwards, though. Ame turns
Dude,
the
look
big
how much damage that did, though, too. Now Soul Catcher, too.
Old Chicken tries to get him. Blink away. FY still hanging on to Chrono. Can turn it back against enemy team as they're walking forward. Gets him again. Chronoing the OD. Isolating Old Chicken. Now trying to jump away, but it's not quite going to happen. And the full combo now out onto OD, who just gets completely crit and evaporated. Oh, whether it's Chalice, whether it's Ame, there's too much damage for these folks.
Yeah, good play there from FY again, of course. Just isolating the OD, as you said, making sure that Ame could just like fully focus down that Void, force him out of the fight.
Now he's got 2 Astrals as well. Because guess what? He's got Aghanim Scepter, steals Earth Spike, and doesn't even get a chance to really use it. As they will get Old Chicken force out. They're just done. GG.
Moments this game looked good for Keen. Were there any?
I don't know. It was tough. You know what's crazy about that? Oftentimes I feel like the phrase styling on is thrown about too much. That was just FY completely styling on him. It was insane. Really, really impressive performance from LGD on the back of FY.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else can we say about this game?
I like the draft there. I think that was a really cool choice on the Phantom Assassin. I think Ame, judging by his build, has been playing this. I think he's been kind of like working with it, but it was just a sick pick, right? I mean, Void OD. It's, you know, not too super common heroes, maybe a little more common in China than the rest of the world, but I guess Void's popping out at a lot of pubs, so having that knowledge, you're just saying, listen, like, if this happens, because it's very likely we're going to play some Voids, what are some good heroes, right? Yeah. Typically, it's the supports and, like, the Naga Siren you tend to think of, which I think got banned.
It did get banned, you're right.
Yeah, but they're just like, well, what about evasion? Right? Very difficult for both heroes. So super good snipe there by Old Chicken during the draft. We'll just give him credit because he had the crown.
I could dig it. Well, it's
that's the other team though, so that doesn't help very much, does it?
No, it doesn't. That's fine.
Because that's X Nova who had the crown for LGD.
I was just gonna let it go, but that's fine.
You know how it goes. I was just really thrown off by that Old Chicken crown and kind of picturing a chicken with the crown. Anyway, that's only game 1. It's a 2-game series. Yes, I do know some things that are correct. And so we'll be back, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
We're definitely going to be back, ladies and gentlemen, in just a little bit.
That's Valve's choice. I don't know about that.
In just a few minutes with Keen versus LGD, game number 2 right around the corner. See you guys then. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. We're here, TI 9.
You have to think about it for
Just
a
stop,
sec.
just stop. Don't tell anybody. We're here in TI 9 group stages. It's Keen versus LGD, game number 2. We saw some fun stuff last time.
Come on, it's got a logo now. You know,
It
you
does.
tweet it out, hashtag TI9.
I'm
Gets
sorry,
a little,
guys.
yeah.
I'm
So
so
there you go.
embarrassed.
So close. Okay, this time we're into the draft a little bit earlier for you.
Yes.
So we're just into the first bands. LGD up game
10 seconds remaining.
here, if you missed game number 1, as they take on Keen
5
for
seconds
the
remaining.
third series of the day here over on Stream C.
Gaming's
Huh?
turn
And
to
we're
bat.
getting rid of the Ogre Man yet again.
PSG.LGD
I feel like, in a certain way,
Keen Gaming
everything looked kind of okay, and it was like, what's going to happen in the early stages? You know, the Axe was getting his farm, Old 11 was having a good game, Chalice was kind of being hurt a little bit, but then at some point things just sort of took a turn, and it felt like LGD just switched it up to another gear. It's like everything was kind of passive, and then they started just doing things around the map, drawing attention, making like the correct movements that pulled Keen to the wrong positions. That's what it felt like to me, at least.
remaining.
That and just like winning every team fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, it's just it seemed like they always had the jump on them, and they didn't get the chronos really going off. I think Old Chicken did a very good job of keeping his farm up across the map, but in terms of like making use of those like first, second, third, fourth chrono, something that can be difficult in Void games, but they kind of needed it with that lineup, especially to help out the OD, like create a lot of space during the team fights, get off maybe a couple hits there before the old sanities.
Well, and it does look like we're going to be having a similar story, just in terms of the sides. Keen Gaming again going to be on Radiant, LGD playing on Dire, but with LGD having the first pick, they decide to take the Shadow Demon, and Keen are going to go back for the Shadow Shaman. So this was a combo that we've seen a lot throughout the DPC season, I would say. And Shadow Shaman, just as a hero, you were talking about it earlier, still just feels very, very strong.
Yeah, I think pretty much superior to line and almost always. I mean, you had the line paired up with the Shadow Demon last time, which is nice because of the way that like Finger interacts with the Soul Catcher. But to me, at least,
10 seconds
Tower
remaining.
Push is going to be more likely to help your team succeed than like quick
5
pickoffs and
seconds
bursts,
remaining.
and like stacking that damage from the Finger. But aside from that, they both have very long single target control, and of course the Hex just being super good in the current patch.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought it's interesting because you would have thought that, okay, this now being dispellable makes it so that this is just strictly less good. But that's not kind of proven to be the case. We haven't really seen that much in the way of hard dispels, like no Omni, very limited Legion, not a whole heck of a lot of ABBA either. I think that this is a really good answer with the Shadow Demon as a way to try and save, because there's been times even in the later stages where Shadow Shaman just gets a BKB and it doesn't even matter. You have those other types of interrupts. You need a way
Yeah.
to save your own allies.
Oh, very true. And much like we had Secret to earlier today, where they picked up the Kunkka and then eventually went for a Brood themselves, like basically taking care of one of the better counters in the mid lane, you see Keen having this Tiny, and that made LGD say, okay, we've got to make sure we ban the Brood, because now Kunkka's banned and they have Tiny, and those are two of the best counters against Brood right now.
And we know that that's a way that LGD are comfortable playing a draft too. Just run at you, try and take down buildings, and dominate the field, which is basically what they did last time as well as strong team fight. I still just can't believe how farmed FY got on that Rubik so quickly. Like, we're talking about like Aether Lens Blink at like, sub 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And Rubik's one of the best supports at snowballing out of control like that. When you do pick up, like he was 3-0-3, right?
Yeah.
Lots of kill involvement early on. He had 50 last hits too, by the way, at that point, which is pretty nuts.
That's
The
crazy.
Lion was the next highest support at 30-some.
Wow, Enchantress gotten all the way in the second phase. There's a hero that's been banned out sometimes in the first phase.
Yeah, interesting in this case. Good versus the ET in the laning stage, right? Because he can't just punch you and abuse you really easily. You're going to be slowing that down a lot. But aside from that, I mean, the Soul Catcher is pretty good at trying to take down her HP. The Poison's all right as well, but I think they're probably going to be trying to...
5 seconds remaining.
I guess you have the Dispel, right, actually. That maybe you could help somebody.
Yeah, you can take it off of somebody else. That's a good point. Yeah, it could be a little bit annoying. So for now, at least, you've got the Enchantress coming up. It does kind of limit the pool of carry heroes that you can take as well. That's one of the other big problems that I think playing against Enchantress is that all of a sudden several of those heroes that maybe are a little bit more vulnerable to just being right-clicked and trying to get good, successful trades, you can't really take them anymore.
We're crazy, right? You can't actually. Yeah, never mind. We were being crazy. Anyway,
That's fine.
We'll let it go. It's okay.
10
It's early.
seconds remaining.
We got Sand King now. Sand King Lena, I thought was gonna be the hot stuff at this tournament. I saw lots of the high tier pubs were Sand King Lena like all the time, just like burrow strike into the Laguna Blade or LSA rather in the laning stage, just like follow up all this damage from the right clicks from the Fiery Soul. So
I actually had Lena as my most picked hero in this patch because I was looking at the high rank pubs and it was the most picked hero across all of the games in like Pro Dota, in pubs at least, over the past couple of weeks.
yeah, she is so frustrating to lane against. Like if you're playing safe lane, be it support or the core itself, just like constantly being poked from long range from this Lena. And having some threatening bruiser in front of her. But clearly, probably not going to fit into this one. She could end up being like a mid-hero here because she's actually okay versus the Ench, but I don't think that's what we're going to see from Maybe here. From, yeah. A Naga.
So this was banned out in the last game. I believe it was banned by Keen. So they're taking it this time. Good team fight disruption. The big thing to me is it just feels like it's this late game. We're going to get this hero farmed to try and be just incredibly hard to deal with around the map. There is a Leshrac already banned. So one of those big answers is already taken away. But, you know, Pango, is there any way they could fit a Pango into this draft? That for me feels like it's one of the best answers for Naga Siren or just any illusion-based heroes with the Ags build.
Yeah, just trying to like clear as much as you can. That is true. Aside from that, you tend to have like the lion or something, right? But we already have both our supports picked up, so a little bit difficult to do at this point. What core do you think they're going to ban? Is the question if you're LGD right now. The Ember is still in, right? But then you're picking Ember into Tiny Shadow Shaman, which is scary. But he does have that nice AOE.
Yeah.
The gyro. Okay, there's that AoE. And still a vulnerable hero. The tiny gyrocopter kind of bursts you down early on in this game. Maybe going to have to build some stat items first.
I mean, it's a lot of magical damage from LGD right now with the natural order working too. This feels like it's kind of cool in that regard. I will say that if Naga gets like, 3 items or something like that, Gyrocopter doesn't feel like it's going to be enough damage to deal with her.
No, he has to like be even in terms of net worth too.
Yeah.
Like he needs a lot of damage on that flak if he's going to be able to try and take care of the illusions, especially. And then you get heart, and it's just like okay.
Yes. What do we do
done.
now? But up until that point, like just a Diffusal Blade Naga can sometimes be a game changer in the sort of mid-game fights with just Diffusal Blade. But with now Gyro being taken, those illusions are going to be dead too quickly for it to matter. So I think that's what they're trying to address with this Gyro build is like basically shut her down, her ability to team fight down in the mid-game, at least until she gets another item past that.
And they have options here too in terms of the lanes, right? Lots of mid gyro happening as of late. Still definitely a very playable thing depending on the matchup. What are they missing here from LGD? They have pretty good team fight. Their initial initiation of the sanking is fairly good. Yeah, Storm would have been pretty nice as well because they have really good follow-up with both the ET and the gyrocopter.
Right.
So someone else that could really help with that first jump in would be good, but that's always something that's hard to get out of the one. I mean, something as simple as like a Wraith King can be okay sometimes, but yeah, you got the Naga, you have like natural diffusal builder, creates issues before 20, as well as means you can't get the skeleton talent.
Yeah, it's always annoying, and that's one of the best parts about that hero recently.
Dude, I love that talent.
It's so nice.
It's just like, hey guys, they left me alone for 4 seconds. There goes a tower.
Yeah.
Do it again, I'll take your racks.
I mean, so I'm seeing a lot of team fight out of LGD. Do you worry at all about like Naga being able to interrupt all of that and just run away? Is that a concern?
100%. She's extremely good at that. They do have ways to outrange her song too, though. At the same time, mostly just the spirit and the stomp, right? So she's be worried about just like the free TP for her and her allies.
Maybe not free.
Yeah.
Okay, so LGD right now with the last ban for themselves, as you said, the gyrocopter could be either mid or safe lane. If it is mid, is there anything that you really need to be worried about, like as far as a mid laner that destroys him?
I think it should be a 1 gyro. Oh no, it will be the Sven. Okay, so they are gonna go for the maybe gyro. More than likely, of course, depending on that. Anything that like really bodies a gyro? I don't think so. He's got like jungle to work with. I mean, there's definitely things that he won't have a lot of fun versus, but if I'm keen, I'm just thinking about like the actual like last hits and stuff, and like Kunkka's already banned. I mean, there is DK, be
DK
alright.
sounds nice. Although it's a lot of magic damage against DK.
They might just put Tiny mid versus the gyro, right?
That could be cool.
That's definitely an option here if they want. They could just like go back for a different 4. But there's no like Nyx is kind of okay. It's not insane. Take the Zeus. Okay.
Whoa. I was wondering if we were even gonna see this hero.
Yeah, and that is mid. So sort of similar to the Ember in terms of just like the spam, right? Like the slight spam is probably why they banned it, as well as just Ember scaling really well with the Naga Siren 2 and constant split push across the map. Now you have the Zeus to help out with the ganks. My initial concern when I just look at Keen, I see that the controls a little weak, and like Ench and Naga Siren are super dependent on like teammates stunning and controlling for them. Like Net's okay,
Right.
but if you just have like a lot of slows and some stuns to work with there, it's so easy to play Naga. You just like click your illusions on someone and they just die because of the Riptide. It's such a stupid amount of damage.
It's really, really strong. But like you said, or like we were talking about earlier, though, there are a lot of ways to clear through those illusions, at least in the early stages of it. I'm considering, like, how good is this Sven nowadays? Do you think, like, the Warcry seems like it naturally would be a good combo together against the Naga Siren?
Dude, they just won with PA.
That's fair.
All right, I'm not going to question their 1 picks.
That's
All
fair. I could dig it. Yeah, how do you protect the Zeus too? That's the other thing that's maybe a little bit concerning.
Yeah, that is kind of true here. In terms of catch, it's slightly worrisome, right? You have the like potentially blink on the Sven, blink on the Sand King, scared out by the Spirit.
A lot of force staffs need to be built on Keen, I think. And, you know, they do have an Ench, probably a force builder. Zeus, maybe not. Shadow Shaman, you're going to want to go blink. It's probably just the Ench, and that save could be tough.
Man, Ame's BKB is looking
Yes.
free. You get that thing on, people are going to die.
Yeah, just think about the blink BKB stuff.
Ooh, you see that? 17 and 3 in his last 20 matches as Naga. That's threatening. I had 23 and 17. It's like, that's all right. But I just had 17 and 3, right?
Yeah,
that is not inspiring for your team. That's kind of one-sided there, Valve. I don't know about that one.
Not fair.
You're giving motivation to one team and demotivating the other.
Well, to be fair, they're demotivating themselves because they didn't go 17 and 3. That's the problem.
Fair.
That was kind of harsh of a call out. I'm sorry,
player
guys.
with the most D wards by 15 minutes. Yo, guys, take that Zeus.
Oh my god.
Okay. If it was support Zeus, that would be value. I know there's someone out there, Dota TV. You know, you
That's
guys are
fair.
watching on stream. You're hitting up the Twitch or something. You know, don't forget you got your predictions.
Trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
We tell you, so you don't have to think.
Which team will win? Sorry, Keen.
So we've got ourselves the Zeus here, heading towards the mid, trying to fake out where the wards are going to be at. Somnus obviously does not want to place one of these wards too close to the center since it gets dewarded. But as far as sort of what we're seeing in the lanes already, is there anything that you're like super concerned about in this one?
I'm looking forward to watching the way the mid lane goes. That's what I'm definitely going to be eyeing up. I want to see like how much spam this Zeus can put onto the gyro, because relatively low HP pool, I feel like. Right, he's got like 2.3 strength gain, so doesn't get much better from where he is right now.
Okay.
He's going double Wraith as well to start things off. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting way to go about it. Obviously needs to bring out that salve early on. Looks like as far as runes are concerned, Keen are going to pick up 3. The Enchantress was able to fully force back the Sven. So 3 runes going that direction. And is there a 4th rune somewhere that I'm not seeing? Did somebody not pick it up?
Must have been a deny there.
Okay.
Oh, bottom.
5 stacks.
We got 400, 6. Keep him. All right.
Yeah, this is a dead guy. FY, he takes it. All right, is this guy gonna have like an Ags before 20 minutes?
Yeah, typically you really like giving the kill to the core, but if you're in position 4 who didn't start with boots, it can be really nice to get that first blood.
Yeah. Dark comes on back already, gonna start to take a beating here. Old Chicken in the safe lane. as they get the deny onto Old Chicken as well.
Up top here, 11 is starting out with the heal, so X-Nova is able to actually punish here. And they even use the first stun. So first heal forced out early, and it is a 35-second cooldown at all levels. So you might see X-Nova try and go for another kill at level 2 because they're not going to have a lot of opportunities here. Or sorry, before level 2, that is.
Yeah,
that's why they're just like right back at it right now.
In the meantime, Kaka moves in to try and secure whatever CS that he possibly can. Playing on the position for Tiny. Old 11 just continues to get chased around and pummeled. So we'll watch for that lane, see if there's any kill potential onto Old 11, but he does have his heal back up again, so shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, it's so hard to punish. Sounds like a long cooldown, and then you just think, yeah, but you need to first get through all the health. Oh, they're going for it. Couldn't get it off in time, though, or the final damage off in time, though, rather, from X-Nova.
Now he needs to just back away.
Oh, that's so devastating.
God, and now Ame. I mean, this is a hero that's supposed to be good against the Enchantress, right? Like, you can outlast hit her, all that stuff. But 11 just keeps on poking 68 damage, holding on to that Bassi.
The problem is, if your support's bad against Ench, the lane is just so hard.
Yeah.
And they committed the Shadow Demon bottom instead, so they're just stuck with this. Speaking of which, FY is getting very low versus Dark. Now he's held up here, too.
Yeah, one stack goes for the salve. Good recognition that there wasn't a chance for a hit there. And FY gonna walk back in. Invis Rune taken now by the Gyro. Also popping the salve at the same time, but not a lot of mana. So shouldn't be able to get that much done against the Zeus.
Guaranteed last hit.
Easy.
Nice. Yeah, Zeus is really annoying right now. Like, the amount of damage he starts with is crazy. Like, he's got 74 damage right now with 2 circlets and a mantle. And Gyro's someone who does not have the best base damage to start things with. Of course, you know, balance around base damage and flat cannon and everything. So it'd be a little broken if he was near the Zeus.
It's true. And that's not something that I feel like has always happened. It's just been buff after buff, it feels like.
Oh.
FY going on to Dark yet again, finds another Shadow Poison, gets the 5 stacks, and then it gets the kill. And then the walk
Dude,
away
look at
comes
that
out.
gold. 256, too? Jeez.
Dude, he's rich.
That is crazy.
He's halfway to his energy booster now as well, on top of boots. If that's what he even wants to go for. I mean, he could go Midas. Do what you want to do, man. Kaka, 2 more punches, toss back under tower. X-Nova in some trouble.
The greed, baby.
Got punished. Well, so far, a lot better for Keen. And he's just had a mango or something there. Might have been able to kill off Somnus, but...
Yeah, he keeps dropping for these mangoes, too. Very annoying for the Gyro to deal with. He's probably going to need another salve before he finishes that second Wraith Band, I reckon. Certainly depends on if Yi gets this rune. So they're bringing a TP from FY. I think he's going to cover this top rune in combination with the Gyrocopter here. They're just going to guarantee that he can't get it. Gets the stack off while he's running by. FY, ladies and gentlemen.
He knows what's up.
And there it is. Rune secured.
Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, no chance for it for Zeus. But still is going to be having a very nice time in the last hit department. 25-5. Ame gets the TP out. 11 not able to finish him off, but this is a whole giant creep wave coming in for the Enchantress. Although he does miss the deny. These things happen.
Down bottom, they have the shackle onto the Sand King here. Looking for some fortunate Riptides, and that's enough.
Meanwhile, on the other side, they also managed to take down the Gyrocopter. The rotation coming in. Kaka makes it happen. Another punch. FY goes down as well.
Man.
It's 3 dead for LGD.
The mid lane. Looks like they attempted to make a play there.
Dude, Keen came back in a big way. 2,000 gold lead at 5 minutes. They're just killing it.
Wow, looks like they had tons of damage there too from LGD, but just couldn't get the final bits there. And of course, losing 3 heroes right before the bounties at least means that they come back with full HP and mana, so they can still contest. But it's still just 2 for 2.
Well, and I think one of the biggest issues is just these levels, right? Like, right now, Sven is level 3. He has been completely destroyed by 11 in this lane. Not to say that this is over by any stretch of the imagination, but 10-4 on Ame does not feel good.
And you know there's going to be a lot of effort for the catch-up for him, too. Jeez, is that at least the second Wraith Band coming out? Okay, well, maybe he pops another salve and we'll have his Wraith Band.
Kaka moves in. They find themselves Ame, not quite level 6 as of yet, but 11 dodges, and well, there's Yi finding the kill on this Zeus. Going to heal up on old 11, and guess what? X-Nova's also in trouble. He doesn't have anywhere left to go. The toss, the punches, they find the kill on the ET as well. Keen Gaming are just running over LGD early on here.
And, well, again, they do keep the runes, so they're still slowing down Yi. This bottle's been empty for a long time, but obviously not mattering. He's still leading in CS, getting kills with the ultimate. But LGD, you have to wonder things like, the green, is there enough farm on the map for both the Sven and a gyrocopter? Is Ame in trouble?
And they've got the ET to split things up a little bit and make sure that Ame does not take too much unnecessary damage. As we've been seeing more and more of these Bassies. I was talking with Gunnar about it. He was just all about the Bassies in the elevator. Wouldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah, he loves that Bassie life. A little different on someone like Sven, who doesn't naturally build really into like this medallion or urn. Right. So, not sure about that one.
There are a couple of stacks off to the side in the jungle, but Somnus looking like he is in some trouble as the toss is going to come out up in the air and about to be brought down. As Keen Gaming sending a message in this game number 2. I was fully ready to come in here and just see them throw in the towel almost. Like it was a beating last time, and now they're turning it back on LGD. Showing them not to be pushed around.
Looks absolutely fantastic so far. They definitely have some pretty strong laning heroes though, for sure, right? I mean, you have the Ench and the Zeus as two of the larger ones, and then you have well, to be fair, not the best lane support in the Shadow Shaman. He tends to be a very greedy one, but certainly worked out in that bottom lane, able to just like punish like crazy, as well as FY making rotations early on too, so they weren't able to pressure the Naga too much as they had to worry about their other two lanes. Up top, they're going for the call down, the missile, as well as the burrow strike, and looks like that was enough.
Yeah, Dark can't quite get there in time. And as much as we're talking about how good this is looking for Keen, Dark does not have a lot of farm. This man is 84 gold and dreams of boots.
He's gone down.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Still, I think his net worth is negative from game start.
Yeah, these things happen. He had a couple things coming out in the courier for him, but just need to get whatever he can get going. Does look like LGD, I mean, and again, you think back to last game, it was even, and then all of a sudden, once the team fight started around,
oh, Kaka spotted out
this mark. That's when everything changed. And maybe a chance for a change here as the missile lands. They find that kill. Kaka goes down, but also they took down the ET down bottom.
Oh, the haste though. Yeah, you're crazy.
Oh my God, he's doing it. Trying to outrun it, bottling up the tower hit. It's not enough. He gets away.
Man, that was nuts. Tanks an entire rocket barrage, just like, I got this, guys. It's fine. I got a haste rune.
Well, able to turn it back around yet again.
Yeah, TV's right to Shrine. He's ready to go here. As they even refilled the bottle there off of Kaka.
Well, and it's a nice time for this Shadow Shaman to pick up a couple of levels, pick up some boots along the way.
Down bottom, they had a ward that spotted out that little movement there from FY. And so just blown up so much burst damage here.
Yeah. Just spamming a lightning bolt as well, just to get any vision, make sure they can get D wards whenever possible. That was one of the biggest problems that we saw in the last game from it, was Keen just could never move on the map without LGD knowing they were there. And yeah, it looks like they're going to get this D ward as well.
Oh, hands over to his Naga. Very nice.
How was Old Chicken's game so far?
I think quite good. He's just been free, right?
Yeah.
Similar to last game, but there's not the same pressures on you as a Naga to move around and try and make plays with Song or something like you do with Faceless Void. He's just pure farm. Once you get those nice items going. And the team, if they're picking up kills like this, that is all you have to do.
Yeah.
All right, 10 minutes, and you're down 5K to a Naga Siren team. You got issues. And they just got 3 bounty runes.
I mean, if there is a plus side, it's LGD has been building up these stacks. That's something that we got to keep our eyes on here. If Gyrocopter can finish him off, you can see Somnus trying to clear through him, just barely gets those ones done. And if there happen to be any vision around, I think the Thunder God's Wrath actually just takes him out there. But living life on the edge.
Easy ever. Hey, guys, no one get ganked, please.
Just let me get back to
Just
base.
run away.
I don't want to be here.
No ganks, please.
Yeah, he's going to heal back up, and now maybe can go off to the triangle.
Tower pressure is an option here as well for Dark, right? He's got the snakes, so he can wait to see if anyone can test. 11 so far just guarding the catapult, saying, look, I can't control him anymore, but I can keep this thing up. So let's just keep this thing moving. And if we need the snakes, we need them, but so why don't we try and save them for a tier 2 perhaps?
I like the idea. Sounds good to me.
Big rotation here from LGD though. They want to snuff this one out. Ooh, Dark. He senses it. It's in the perfect spot for popping smokes.
Yeah, they know, but
Give
they're
him
going
the
to go
snakes.
immediately. The snakes drop down. It's so much damage coming out. Can they burst him in time? 11 starts to throw out the impetus shots as well. Somnus finally gets the ulti off, but it's just going to get eviscerated. The second call down damage, it's not quite enough, but the Sandstorm might be, as it's now a double kill for Chalice as well as Old 11. 3 for 3.
And typically you just say like, oh, that's going to favor the team that was behind, but it doesn't really. They get like 600 more XP and 400 gold, but this is a Gyro who's just dead this whole time. Sven is not ready to farm these stacks. Gyro really needs to be farming stacks right now.
Well, and you can see the goal that LGD has now. Ame queues up the Midas, feeling like if we're going to win this, it's got to be late.
Oh, and he died after. So Somnus got the kill on Yi after Yi had already killed Somnus, so he didn't get any of that XP from the 6x kill streak.
That does not feel great. Have they finished these off yet? These are still hanging out. I'm wondering if it feels like you might just have to use it on Sven, or maybe both of them.
Yeah,
Somnus is
I
doing
think
this.
either's fine. I think the problem is that Sven just can't yet. I mean, he doesn't have Midas. Like, if he God Strengths, I don't think he can handle the Prowlers. He can go for the other camps, though. Oh, and now Naga, of course, has scouted these out.
Oh, God, if she gets these. Instead, it's for the moment a God Strength
Dude,
moving
she's
in.
getting them. Just cleared them. Save my stacks.
Now the turnaround, Sand King's here. Ame's still farming. He's like, guys, I got a job to do.
He has God Strength. He's not coming in. All right, he's like, oh, yeah, right.
Well, he's going to come in and clean up a kill at the very least on a Dark. FY takes that one away.
Wow, that was a serious KS right there. No, it's not fine. I'm not behind or anything. It's just my Midas gold. Don't worry about it, FY. Oh, you need your boots. You need your arcane boots. Oh, I understand.
Yeah, exactly. That way I can take more stacks.
Yeah, he's just going to do the ancients.
Stacks. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, there. That's the real solution here.
Well, in the meantime, Somnus continues to farm up in the jungle, tries to clear these things through, seeing what they can get around the map.
This is like some little engine that could stuff in the middle lane here. Look at 11. It's like, yeah, eventually I'll get this tower, guys. I'm just going to stay. You guys want to deal with me? Deal with me.
It is something to be said that like this 5,000 gold lead becomes less as they go in onto Old 11 and take down this Enchantress. As the game goes on later and later, that gold lead is becoming less significant. And also, Keen are not really taking those other towers at all.
She was not the engine that could. She couldn't. I think that was a little brash.
That's unfortunate. I mean, the only wards that I think we saw were up there on that top side where it was a trade of 3 for 3. Granted, Dark hasn't had the best of games on his Shadow Shaman.
They have been spamming the illusions too. I think they still have a pretty good idea of what they're up to.
Yeah.
And they've gotten some D wards off too from the Zeus, so.
Just feels like everybody's kind of running around and farming at this point in the game. As Kaka is going to try and set up for a kill or get some deep wards. They decided to finally drop the Serpent wards down mid lane.
A little easier for 11 to work with that.
Yeah. Kaka in vision of this sentry. Maybe going to try for a bait here on X-Nova. But it's down bottom where the rotation is going to come onto Somnus. With Old 11 here getting ready to battle for the bounty runes. The stun goes out now onto the Enchantress. Takes it away. No. Burrow Strike comes through though. And the Earth Splitter connects onto 3 with a gyrocopter afterwards. Can they kill him off in time? No. Somnus lives through it and now they're able to defend the missile. Naga Siren in some trouble. Has the Song of the Siren. The stun comes through again. LGD take 4. Beautiful Dota.
Man, it looked like such good positioning from Keen, right? You're in behind, you essentially wrapped around LGD, and you had the song ready, everyone's setting up, thinking about this combo, and then suddenly this Enchantress, what looked like it was maybe a bad attempt there to try and go in with the Sven, just all the extra damage comes through right after.
Yeah. Well, and the combination of having that, natural order on top of all of the magic damage from Gyrocopter, it's just so hard to deal with. So Shadow Demon chased down a little bit here. They're going to pick up a consolation kill as that gold lead has been, wait, are they? FY?
Whom? Brace or
he
Noda?
Just gets away.
He's like, I'm not sure about that timer there on Thunder God's Wrath. I'm going home. Takes the express.
Well, 1,000 gold lead down from a pretty significant one for LGD. Take a look at this experience earned and net worth. Wraparound coming. They find Dark sitting on top of a ward. TP away from Yi. But they got their man in that Shadow Shaman.
Right, they have finished the Manta, though. So the acceleration of the Naga will continue. But how about a recovery from Ame?
He's had a very nice one for sure.
I can't believe he's almost back up to the... And the Gyro. How are they both so close?
I think it's just been... Well, some of it's got to be that comeback gold, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But the stacks and that stuff you're talking about, I mean, I guess that's a question as
Dude,
well.
They're so good at stacking. I've seen my camps they've stacked. Because like every time someone's like pulling a camp when the timer happens.
New Fantasy Lords, LGD.
Yeah, there you go. Get that bonus in.
But so here's a question then. Does the complexion of this game change at all for you? Like, how dangerous is Naga Siren going late game against LGD? Has she gotten enough of a lead, do you think, to where she can carry this game?
There are some concerns, I think, because you can't go like all damage on the side of LGD, right? You still need a lot of survivability versus the Zeus, the Tiny,
right?
Even the Ench. So they can't go like full-on kill illusions Dota. So there are concerns. I think the Diffusal fight could be really good for Keen.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's still this tiny Blink Dagger, but I mean, who can you really like burst down? Supports are pretty squishy. The Shadow Demon and the ET, like 1100 and 1200 HP, and then the Gyro, 1500 is doable. But they're probably gonna need a smoke pretty soon. They also really need Nimbus.
Yeah.
And he was looking at Veil, he was looking at bots, but now at this point he's like, okay, I need to help finish off these kills. And he got destroyed. Like he's 6-1-6, and he's bottom half of the net worth chart here. Okay, sorry, he's right in the middle.
Yeah,
he's
that's
half.
crazy.
He's bottom half. I can do math.
He's the lowest core.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's just been moving around a lot and, I mean, getting those kills, but like you said.
That's nuts. How can he be so low at 6-1-6?
I don't know.
Like, what is this Sven? He's like 1-1-5. I mean, obviously, yes, he has way more last hits and everything, but still.
91 last hits is the thing.
And plus, all the kills are really early when they're not worth as much.
Yeah.
But there's a freebie there for Old Chicken. That's a pre-diffusal kill onto a lone support. And they're going to smoke to connect to the Naga Siren and hope that LGD are going to TP in for this.
Don't you need something like a pipe as well on Keen Gaming to deal with like all this magic damage?
It would be nice, but
Not a
I
great
think like
Karos.
Ench would have to build it.
Well,
nice toss hex.
Very well played, and Gyrocopter just gets picked off. That's about the perfect target you could have hoped for.
Yeah, good use of the Blink Dagger coming out here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now I'm just going to try and control the map. The other great thing about this is, you know, Naga can just keep those side lanes pushed out and pressure towers. LGD, still a tier 1 remaining in the bottom half of the map.
Wow, that was a very unnecessary snakes. Dropped up top there from Dark. Just kept put down. Secured.
Secure.
Tower secured.
Exactly. You never know if they're smoking in, too. That's the other thing that's dangerous.
It's true. I'm way quicker to blame shamans that just don't put them down and try and save them. So
absolutely,
I'll allow it.
Yeah, they're playing on this timer. They're like, all right, we're going to get this tower, get that tower, take Roshan. And, you know, I like we talked about, I don't think that you necessarily have to try and end this game, but there's certainly an opportunity for them to shut down the entire map and take complete control. Regen rune available now for the Zeus if he wants to go and pick that one up. Still about 1,000 gold away from the Ags. As meanwhile, up top, they found themselves one. Old 11 getting body blocked by this man himself and almost going to be brought down, but not quite. The Song of the Siren comes in and keeps them all alive. Chalice barely off the mark. That burrow strike, the net comes down, but now Ame, there's no escape if they want to chase, but no blink. He went for BKB.
Oh, that was good. So they will get 2 bounty runes, at least for LGD. So they'll keep things even, but nice save coming out there. But level 2 song, so 120 seconds. Got a minute and a half to work with here if you're LGD. Could perhaps think about a smoke, but I don't see any.
The other dangerous part about it, though, is that it's just now picking up the Diffusal Blade for Old Chicken. And this next item, to me, feels like it's sort of a game-defining item. The heart picked up on Naga. At that point, bursting through those illusions is so much more difficult.
Yeah, no doubt about that one.
What do you think of this Ame going back for like the Echo Saber afterwards?
He's having a bit of a game, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to find his way.
Yeah.
Starts with the Midas. He had like Midas before phase boots. I think he had phase boots queued up for 10 minutes. Like finally finished them after his Midas. He's like, yeah, okay. Life's alright now. Now I need a BKB. This Zeus does too much damage. I hate Enchantress. So he's slowly piecing together his items. He's like kind of reversing some of the orders here. You know, starting with dessert with that Midas.
That's the dessert. I like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, what else would you build, right? The question is, does he need Blink? I think.
No.
So yeah, probably just Blink after.
Well, we do have the Zeus, like we've been talking about, closer and closer to that Aghanim Scepter. With that being done, and then Diffusal Blade 2 could be a nice timing. Top lane. They find themselves Ame.
It's a
Stun
bold
coming out.
attempt here.
Eats his way through the trees. Going to TP out of there. And
Was maybe just trying to force a BKB, I think.
yeah, that sounds right. Hadn't heard that sound before. He was Tiny picking up the sword.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, I was really curious. I was like, did I just get something quick buy? What am I?
Oh god, look at this. I guess that's the other thing that's kind of nice about this. FY taking over the Naga illusions and throwing them back at the enemies.
Do you know what was the worst when they first added the cat healing ward? It was like casting these games. Like what? I was like with my co-cast. I'm like, you got a cat or something, dude? I had no idea what was happening.
That's awesome. Chalice, TPing back home, finishes off the pipe. Big item against the Zeus. And Keen Gaming just going to be woodsmen up here on the top side of the map. Who they find? There's a Gyrocopter. There's a nice kill for him before the BKB could get cast. And with Zeus, Aghanims so close, going to be coming out soon. If anybody shows up, there would be a kill, but looks like LGD wise to what could be happening. They're just going to let that lane push itself.
Everyone just kind of keeping an eye, right? You got X Nova guarding Somnus. You got FY guarding Ame. They're keeping the ramps covered with their bodies in terms of smokes.
Right.
As they haven't seen Keen in so long. They assume that's what they're up to. Kaka getting dangerously close to Somnus there. You just be careful on that Gyrocopter.
No, this is real dangerous. They're right on top of him now. They've got the Hex if they want to use it. But the BKB comes out in time. He didn't initiate with it, and now Somnus is just going to run at all 11. The missile's going to connect as well, but the BKB is going to wear off in a second. And then they have the Hex. They also managed to find that kill afterwards with the ulti coming out. Burrow Strike, nice onto 2. The Epicenter follow-up, the Hex is there onto Ame. He doesn't have any way to get it off. He didn't get his BKB off. The control is there. BKB with the God Strike. Time to turn and fight. See if he can hit anybody at all, but there's nobody. LGD have already lost the Gyrocopter. If they can get out on Keen, it's all fine and dandy. And in fact, it looks like with the song, they catch them all. That was a bunch of TPs broken. They're going to isolate him now. Ame, Avalanche, toss, caught, killed, and going to be taken down.
Oh, FY was like about to start his too, and he's like, oh, phew. That was close. So he manages to get out. Oh, they're going to send the illusions in. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Run, X Nova.
Get out of there,
He's got the
man.
Quelling Blade. He can just keep on going.
Oh my god.
They don't know.
What a weird fight.
Yeah, just really nicely played there. Not expecting so many heroes. It's like, all right, 2 heroes popped out of the trees. Surely Shadow Shaman's not here. Chased a little bit, and then next is like, oh, surprise. Dark still getting that big Hex. And that was before Aether or the cast range talent. It was really close to knocking that Hex on the Gyrocopter and he was getting away.
That's the AFK play. You hide out in the trees for like 3 minutes until the fight's there. and they're finally ready for it. But the walk in now, they already have the burrow strike now. Onto 2, all the illusions are gone. Look at the damage with the PKP. Somnus takes him down. The chase forward coming from more. This man is a monster.
Whoops.
Somebody leave him alone. The burrow strike through again. Give that man an ultra kill. Or just take him down and then get Roche. Dear Lord.
Yeah, no song. Never underestimate the power of the natural order. That was 3,700 damage, 3,650 from the gyrocopter there. And of course,
so is
even
that the
with
raw?
tanking. Yeah, that's after amplifications and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and this is kind of what we were talking about, right? Like, there's no magic resist on any of these heroes except for the Enchantress with the bracers. Like, it's all base at the rest of the day.
Yeah, pretty brutal stuff there. Just when things were looking like Keen had kind of found a couple big pickoffs, they just instantly lose the Roche like that. And you got Maelstrom. Got Blink Dagger coming out soon for the Sven. Help target down that Ench.
What's our Naga Siren looking like, though? She's still getting farmed on Old Chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, top lane. The turnarounds, they do find Tiny, and LGD again able to take it, not needing to use the BKB charge.
Yeah, you can I think see why Yi was struggling with what he wanted to build, right? I mean, the guy has flipped through every single item in the shop in his quick buy.
Uh-oh. This is Old Chicken. Oh, the song. They're chasing down. Good BKB. Ame makes the play.
Yeah, Derek's just there like, oh, maybe I got him. But, I mean, we said this during the draft, right? It's that BKB on Sven is going to look real good. Because he's completely untouchable during it.
And Keen Gaming just look lost. And Somnus, again, just going to make some bullying happen. Forces out the ulti. BKB chase down. Wants some more. They're ready to dive wherever the heck this one ends up going. Zeus is gone. And now they have the missile hit onto Dark. Chase down for more. The Shadow Shaman in trouble. Going to be killed off as well. Oh, God. LGD came to play.
Running and gunning, baby. A war-cried gyrocopter. Just flying at you. And absolutely no mercy.
Man, I don't know. It feels like they need BKBs. They just need everything.
But yeah, I think this is why he was struggling so hard. Because they bought the Nimbus, and he's gotten that one kill on the gyrocopter, and since then the Nimbus is just not really doing anything. His supports are having a hard time setting up. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, just doing it herself.
This is the bright spot, right? Like, if there's something you're going to hang your hat on at this point for Keen, it feels like it has to be Naga. So what is it that you feel like the Zeus kind of needs to do at this point, considering he's already invested into the Agnum Scepter build, hasn't really been able to make that much happen? Like, does he just need to lane push? Does he need to, like, what's the Zeus's role now?
Great. I mean, he's just kills. It's kills and vision, frankly. He's going to have a hard time outside of that. If anything, I almost want more farm on my Tiny at this point.
Yeah.
And you hope that Kaka can just, you know, Zeus is maxing himself out here. He just tries to keep amping the damage that he can provide globally and maybe try and help some pick off for the Zeus, or from the Tiny and the Naga Siren.
Yeah. Oh, they actually were taking over the magic resist creeps too and just sending them around. Chalice.
Very good.
The haste burrow strike in and then run away. They thought about actually songing for that on the Naga, but decided not to. At least now at level 3 song, so down to 80-second cooldown.
Oh, up top, they're scouting for Dark.
Find their man. Fly again, just farmed.
Where's Cast
all heck.
Look at this, ridiculous.
He's just a monster.
Yeah, nice try, Chalice. FY's got the kill steals on lock, baby. Think you can just handle this, take it away from our man.
So this is the point that we've been talking about, though. The heart on Naga Siren. How much does it change things in your eyes?
Oh, it's probably the most massive item on this hero, right? Like, Manta speeds you up, Diffusal lets you fight, but then the heart is just like, nice. All right, guys. I'm really busted right now.
Yeah. Send the illusions out. Get the lanes pushed constantly.
You can't kill them anymore. Like, unless you're a very specific, like, I'm good against Naga Siren hero.
Yeah.
It's just awful. It's so hard to deal with. Without like the hexes or a glimpse or something that just like insta kills them.
Yeah. Well, and the one nice thing that
Oh, there's another Nimbus down bottom. They did force the BKB out.
yeah, the one nice thing that we kind of have been talking about is at least the natural order against the illusions could be a nice way. You know, you bring down that magic resist, whatever is there, and hit it back the other way. But nonetheless, lots of magical damage, but maybe not enough. They're going to need something else to help deal with these. Midas on Ame still continuing to farm up and has his eyes on a Bloodthorn next.
Bloodthorn. So no one has Lotus. Ench cannot enchant her allies, as great as that would be. I was getting mixed up with the Ion Shell. I was like
Yeah,
blowing
that's the
my
other
brain.
one.
I was like, wait a second, I know it does something. Like, oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they don't really have a good way of dealing with that. Just like Nog obviously is Manta, but
Right. Looks like X-Nova's going to be going for a Glimmer Cape. You've got, you know, good defense against all the magical damage that's coming out from Keen, but we are going to start to see at least a little bit more damage coming from Old Chicken having the Manta Diffuse done and some of those illusions actually surviving.
I wonder what FY is going to take for his. I think he's going to take the Soul Catcher cooldown. He's about to hit 20. Because I don't think he's enough mana to sustain the Shadow Poison.
That's a good point.
Because he has Tranquils, right? Let's see.
Oh.
A little scout action there. See what's going on.
Oh, the Soul Catcher against the Naga is pretty cool. I like that.
Alright, he did take it, yeah.
Yeah, it seems very good. So what's it bring it down to? So it's a 10-second duration, 14-second cooldown. Not bad at all.
Nope. Oh, very good.
LGD now on top by 7,000 net worth. The bigger thing just feels to be a strong grip on this map and constantly sort of taking over.
Look at that line they just
God.
They smoked in here.
That's
and they're
real.
smoking all the way around.
That's real. He is just going to get brought down in a second. No way to save him. Naga's dead. Now the silence, the chase down coming. Ame not wanting to get too far forward, but dies to the soul burn. Ame gets the kill. And man, LGD just not letting up at all. The Burrow Strike away takes a lot of damage there from Old 11, who has finished off his Mjolnir.
I mean, sure, you got a heart, but obviously just getting absolutely destroyed in the armor department there. Losing all 30 of it is devastating with an ET.
And now they find this Enchantress. Can they bring her down, though? Pretty hard to hit onto Old 11. The Soul Catcher is there. Silence, the impetus shots aren't going to be coming out. Now the Shadow Poison chased down as well. On the other side, X-Nova is going to be controlled, but Somnus is left to do whatever the heck he wants, and he's going to walk forward, finds himself dark, gets that kill, and then is going to back away afterwards. They take down the Enchantress. They're going to buy back on this Naga Siren. Want to see if they can catch any of these heroes out, maybe with a song. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So a buyback from Old Chicken and Dark.
The thing
And
is,
LG don't lose anybody.
he has to buy back because he wants to keep the lane pressure up.
Ah,
Like, if he doesn't buy back there, they're probably going to lose 2 towers. But with him buying back, like, sure, they don't get any kills right away, but he can just start spreading things back out again. And they're still currently holding all of their tier 2s.
yeah, it
So-
can't be overestimated how important the lane pressure is and how devastating it can be if you fall behind in that as a Naga.
Yeah, it's just hard to get back out. Down bottom, trying to make an escape here from Yi, and yeah, BKB's forced out. Ame just has to leave him, so almost gets a pick, and oh, Chalice. They whiffed the dust too.
Got eyes, got eyes. Burrow tries to run. It looks like he will escape. Well, things that we should be keeping our eyes on a little bit also are BKB durations. So 7 second left right now on the Gyrocopter, as well as 5. We're down to 5 for Ame. And that can be concerning when you get to the later stages against the Zeus.
Yeah, and the Naga too, right?
Yeah.
Just not able to control her during the song, perhaps.
And she's still been able to keep up and farm relatively well. It's just those other heroes on Keen that have definitely fallen a bit behind. Namely the Enchantress, who's kind of been known to fall behind in the late game, and then the Zeus, who has been struggling a little bit as well on E.
FY is very disruptive during these team fights now too, with the Yules, the disruption, the Force Staff, the Aether Lens too, like the ridiculous range. It's really hard to play against him, and he's gonna be getting to like 25. If we can get another, 6 or 7 minutes out of this game because of that 30 XP talent. Just needs one good fight, frankly, and he'll be almost there.
I feel like the 2 charges is just too good against this Naga Siren. Like having one for the offense and then one for a save afterwards.
Yeah, I certainly like the charges the most for his
man.
talent. I think it's just way better.
Is Shadow Demon an answer for Naga?
Yes and no. I mean, the illusions, they're good, but they're not, like, incredible.
Okay.
You know, the duration, it's 14 seconds. So depending on, like, wave movements and stuff, sometimes it can be hard to even get one wave.
Well, but I was meaning more about the Soul Catcher. Like, that to me has looked like one of the coolest things to clear through him.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, Soul Catcher is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's his best ability, I think, right now. It is totally busted.
Yeah.
Dire are
Oh,
scattered.
Kaka. Don't get caught, my dude.
Don't get cocky.
Now he's out of there. I think. Oh, no, they got a poison on him. They ping. They know. FY looking for Kaka. Zigged when he should have zagged.
If only he had the Shadow Poison cooldown. I guess that's one good thing about it, right? Possibly some guys sitting at home just like,
All right.
see, this is why I take it. This is why it's better all the time.
Please let me push my
The
glasses
vision,
further
yeah.
up my nose. So yeah, Bloodthorn done on Sven now. And he is also going to hit 25. So, man, look out for that 1.25 second Stormhammer duration. That's me. That's me
That's
joking.
you, yeah,
That's
yeah,
me
that's-
joking.
Oh, I thought that was just your games.
No. Yeah, 40 strength on God's strength is very good. See if the
You
tower
know,
gets
Ogre
denied.
just gets 40 strength, first off. Like, what a hero,
That's true.
ladies and gentlemen. He just gets to keep it. Yeah, maybe strength's a little better on Sven. Just a little. Oh my god, he took it. Can you believe it? Very good talent on the hero.
That's a
All
lot
about
of
that
damage.
damage.
So 15,000 net worth lead. LGD looking to continue their perfect streak today. Again, they have not lost a game so far. Earlier on playing against Chaos. And wanting to finish off day number 1 of TI in a very strong way.
Yeah, they want the Aegis and the cheese here for LGD, though, as Ench will scout them entering with her Wild Ring, but she did have to TP out right away. So are we smoking in? Are you going to try and fight this, or what? It looks like it.
I think they're just worried right now on the side of LGD about Naga being behind. Yeah, and they don't even feel comfortable going into the pit. Considering Song could just turn it all around in a second.
Yeah, there's no pressure on them to take it.
No.
There's pressure on Keen to contest.
I do kind of wonder if you start to get these other cores from Radiant catching up, if the tables sort of turn and suddenly we see LGD falling a bit behind or struggling to deal with, just mass impetus. Like, Enchantress has so much attack speed right now. If she gets this BKB, things could start to look a lot better for her.
I think it's so hard for her to play these fights, though.
Yeah.
There's so much control, so many saves.
Avalanche can't find the toss. Meanwhile, the Purge, Demonic, chase down, good force staff up to the high ground. That keeps him back for the moment. And able to blink away before that impetus shot comes out. Ame in some trouble, getting stunned for a very long time. Ame taking well over 2/3 of his HP.
But yeah, they're just running, right? He just God strength. Get away. 4K HP, man.
Oh. And still has BKB, but it's a little bit deadly. Bloodthorn's there. Build up some more stacks, but just back away afterwards. And man, we've just got mass illusions. Just Nagas flying everywhere.
All right, so they use God strength. You bought a butterfly. You got no buyback, but you have Song. Do you go in the roast pit, old chicken? He's not sure yet.
God, you really want that Aegis though, don't you?
Yeah, but remember the last time?
Yeah.
I mean, this time it's definitely not as easy, though. It was way more HP on Naga.
Oh, good combo coming out though. Sand King starting to drop low. The disruption comes out. FY trying to keep his buddy alive. Stun now out onto the Zeus. Fully controlled. No way to get away. Zeus is going to drop. Has buyback though. Could think about using it here. The rest of Keen is away, and the Root keeping him under control. The Sven in a lot of trouble, but he's silent.
the
Oh, the
impetus!
Naga Siren. They got him caught. There's so much damage coming out from Old 11. Hex is out as well. They're going to buy back, but no buyback is there for the Gyro. And Old Chicken able to back away. The Song of the Siren keeps him alive, just barely. Another disruption. The walk forward. Old 11, who has done so much damage in this fight, has been the real game changer, it feels like. And now with heart regen, Old Chicken can walk in there if he wants. There's no gyro.
That was an insane amount of damage. 4,500 from your Enchantress. That Hurricane Pike is just devastating. As he was just running away there and getting blown up by it.
Ame, I don't think that they can kill here. In fact, it's actually going to be Enchantress who's level 11, playing with fire.
I wonder if he had any attacks left.
Maybe.
Try and get the vision, right? With the Zeus.
So I guess that they don't, oh, because they used the song, of course. They had to use the song to disengage, which is why Keen don't feel comfortable going into the pit.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be back before buybacks, right? So
That's true. That's a good point.
yeah, go back in there and try and punish this from Chalice.
So Zeus just scouting with that ulti. Sven going next, it looks like, into a butterfly himself.
It's actually only one buyback right now. That's Shadow Demon across the board.
Yeah, Naga will have hers back up in 60 gold, so should be finished relatively soon. You know, this does sort of make me wonder. This is one of those games that feels like it could go on for a while now, potentially, but also could be over in a minute. And, well, the Hex onto Sand King.
That's a dieback.
That's big.
Yep, 2 whole minutes where Chalice is out of this one. And right away, oh, look where Old Chicken is, guys. Straight into the pit.
So, you know, we talk about, like, the Enchantress in these 5-on-5 fights, like, sometimes being a bit of a liability, but it feels as if Old 11 is finding his way to, like, sort of get in there and, like, cut a couple people down before there's any reactions. He's playing around him really well.
One of the poor snakes.
Yeah, it's out there.
Whoops.
It's fine, I'm sure. But look at this. They don't even have to. They can just send it. Oh my God! Ame is a monster. Old 11 just got completely clipped. But now the BKB down. I don't know if they can fight this anymore. Ame in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have his BKB. Avalanche toss. The full combination comes out. Old 11 hitting from the low ground onto the side. Ame dropping low disruption though. FY wants to keep his carry alive if at all possible. The blink away keeps him out of there.
What did Old 11 do? He went back in the Roche pit.
Oh man.
And like he had to walk all the way back around. They should have had that kill. 100% Ame should be dead.
But the butterfly, a couple of misses in there of the impetuses as well. Just
Yeah,
finishing
but he
that
should have
off.
had like 5 times
I'm
the
with you.
attacks.
I'm with you.
I think he didn't think about the BKB timer. I think because he like walked all the way back and then his team's just like chasing this Sven. It's like, yo, this guy's like got no BKB right now.
So Old 11 turning into the real carry on the Enchantress. And, well, you still have Naga Siren here. Old Chicken controlling the map. Has the butterfly done, building towards the Hex next, but the fight coming. And he just walks up there. There's no if, there's no nothing. He's just dead.
They used the Force Staff too already. So how do you get him out?
Song of the Siren in 2, but it might not be quick enough. The TP away, not gonna happen.
Quick.
Old 11 goes down. They're gonna lose the Tiny as well.
Great couple of minutes there for Edge.
What?
That's rough stuff. 40 minutes into a game, couple poor maneuvers there, and what looked like maybe a starting to claw back into one that's been heading the way of LGD for a while. It's not pan out very well there for Keen Gaming.
It just felt like maybe everybody on Keen wasn't all on the same page or something, but yeah, Ench gets taken down, Old 11 hurting, and now LGD in a position to try and retain a lot of this map control.
Did he pike up there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know
think
how
he
else he gets
did.
up there.
Yeah, no, just wondering. It's like that's so much of his damage, right?
Yeah.
Like using a pike like that to just like catch and I guess he thought the ET was free, which is fair.
Right. But whatever the case, it's LGD that are feeling it right now. And a 12,000 gold lead for LGD. Refresher done for Zeus. This guy's got a lot of damage. Yi has definitely caught up in some regards, at least.
Yeah, he's still looking for that value Kaya, perhaps.
Yeah. And we'll be able to go into that arc lightning damage if that's his preferred build of choice.
What
So-
does FY at now. He's got the Aghanims, and he's thinking about a Scythe. It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy's got, look at his little HUD. It's like, yeah, I got a couple charges of Demonic Purge, got a couple disruptions going.
Yeah, it's true.
He's got the mana.
Little this, a little that. So any really good passives to disable here?
3 Demonic Purges.
We've got we've got Static Field, which is kind of nifty. Probably the big one will be Untouchable. I think that's probably the biggest for passives to disable.
Which one? Sorry, the Riptide, right?
Oh, I guess Riptide too, but
That's pretty
Untouchable.
sick. I guess it depends on when the illusions. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah. Pretty useless, I suppose.
Somnus out in front. They get vision over everybody. Old 11 isolated away from the rest of the team, just gets completely mowed down. Does have buyback on both the Shadow Shaman as well as the Ench, but there's the sleep onto several, and they're just going to walk away afterwards. So everybody TP's out, and Kaka kind of in no man's land. Force Staff into the pit, has a blink away in a second. Lotus Orb pullback, but this man will eventually die. So 3 dead, 1 without buyback. And it just feels like LGD just dominate every fight. Keen can't even take him anymore.
It is inevitable.
It's crazy.
You will be destroyed. They got 4 heroes that are at level 25.
Yeah, they're feeling themselves right now. Doing the head bonk. Chat wheel. The crowd groan with the Vici symbol afterwards.
Yeah.
And tier 3 tower going to go down. LGD came to play, looking to try and finish this one off. They've got 40 seconds left before Enchantress is there. They're going to try and clear through these illusions and keep them back. But it does not look like it's going to happen as they head down towards the bottom lane now. Song of the Siren off cooldown, 10 seconds.
Maybe it's just so hard to bring down. Even with a 5-second BKB. Still has the Satanic.
Stun on the 2. They've got their eyes on the prize, though, and the jump forward, they find themselves the kill. Ame still hanging on to that BKB if he needs it. Old Chicken going to go for the Song of the Siren. Somnus still beating into him, but eventually is just going to have to back away. They have the Serpent wards down, but those will be cleaned up as well. LGD asserting dominance here. They're going to need a miracle. The buyback already came out now from the Zeus as well as the Shadow Shaman. Somnus trying to back away. They can get out of this one clean. They're going to feel good. Chalice goes forward to try and boss him range. And, well, Dark shackling from very far away. But the disruption from FY to keep him alive. Ame jumps in, finds himself a quick catch there onto the Naga, but the Force Staff keeps him alive. Not really the greatest of initiations coming from LGD. Now they need to be a little bit careful of a follow-up. Although they don't have an initiator on the side of Keen Gaming. And Tiny just going to have to back away to the well.
Yeah, FY is just holding Yules the entire time, too. Just like keeping it prepped, so if anyone gets too close to that back line, he's just going to pop them up in the air.
Yeah, very impressive showing from LGD. And even when they don't necessarily find a kill off that initiation, it still buys enough time to take down the racks.
All right, 3 buybacks too, right?
Yeah.
Very painful there. Only 1 remaining. It's the Naga. Tiny, if he can farm into it, will have 1 too. But massive advantage here for LGD.
And now you're getting to the point, too, with like the Ag synth for Gyrocopter that's going to be finished off. They've got Burrow Strike on the Sand King. And, well, we do have a Hex on Naga.
This is the do I have to do everything myself build. Sorry, my support's too far behind. Can't stun and control people. Just got to hope that I can do it. Get big pickoffs. Killing someone like FY would be really nice for him.
And he is in a position to do it, or on a Somnus. This could be big. This could be big. Somnus spots him. Walk forward. Hex now. Onto FY in some trouble. Illusions not able to actually get the kill on the one, but the Song of the Siren follow up now. They've got Somnus. Missile going to go back the other direction as the song wears off. This could be nifty. They take it off in time. The stun is there, but oh my god, Ame! Leave him alone. Don't do it to him. Oh my god! Ultra kill for Ame, the buyback. This man wants to give him a rampage as Ame's BKB is worn off, but he still has that DD rune as well as the Moon Shard. Oh lordy.
Oh, here they come. A lot of misses there. Oof.
Was monstrosity. He didn't even pop God Strength for that. Just the natural DD. 5 against 3. Kaka throws out the Avalanche. jump forward, the catch there, the break, the chase, a good burrow interrupt actually. As Kaka is trying to turn this one back against them. The Lotus Orb helped, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough. As they will chase down and find this Naga Siren, kill her off, 2 minutes dead. LGD are gonna clean up their second series, another 2-0 for LGD.
And a game that started so nice for Keen Gaming. Pretty big kill advantage. Nice gold lead there too. But the Naga Siren, not enough to gain